Hi, my name is Sakshin Bisset with Moment Factory, and we'll be talking today about our experience working on the Celine Dion show in Las Vegas. It was really great working with such an experienced team on this project. There was basically Ken Ehrlich, that's the director of the show, Denis Savage, that was the producer, and then Yves Aucoin, that was the set designer, show designer, and lighting designer. We worked very closely with Yves, figuring out how we could really merge the scenic elements, the lighting elements, the orchestra, and all of the other details. On a show like this, we have artists, animators, designers, illustrators, photographers, producers, directors. Mel Wiggle was the video director on the show. She led the whole team at Moment Factory in the creative process.
Come on.
We are basically 1 week away from arriving in Vegas, so this is the pre-integration final rush.
We are recording. My name's Adam Hummel.
Tarek Mikou.
Éloi Brunel. François Desrochers.
Daniel Jean.
Hi, my name is Joy. I'm the project manager.
Content coordinator.
The video editor.
Motion designer.
Je m'occupe de l'intro de James Bond.
Ok, moi, Nelson de Robles.
Je suis pas nerveux, je suis plutôt fébrile. J'ai hâte de voir.
We're getting a lot of updates in music, so we're constantly updating our work up until this time with kind of placeholder tracks so that we can allow some flexibility for the musical creation, which is of course the most important part of the show.
So we'll build a mini version of the stage here and then project all of our video content, so we kind of get to this halfway point so we know what we're going to be dealing with.
So for this production, we had an hour and a half of original content to create, which meant doing our own full-scale shoot productions.
So we'll do a rehearsal.
So we did around 7 to 9 shoots since the beginning of the project, within Montreal and abroad, collaborating with artists, international singers, shooting graphic elements that will help us to build the final composition. One of the most complex segments was the James Bond segment. We auditioned over 250 performers within 4 days, and finally narrowed down to our 6 main roles. We shot water and fire, so we got a fire specialist, a water specialist that worked with us. We did a very long day of little explosions and water vibrations. We shot in slow motion with the Phantom. One of our models, collaborators, she was painted in golden to achieve this mysterious woman that we played in Goldfinger. So every night Celine is inviting a special guest to the show. And we're doing this with holographic technology that is called Purple Ghost. So we need to shoot with the 2 international artists in New York and in Las Vegas. In Vegas, we're shooting with Stevie Wonder,
Which was quite a feat to coordinate Stevie Wonder and Celine Dion's schedule to have them both meet at the same time, same place, and get this shoot to happen. When we work with Celine, she has a stand-in. That way we can work out all the kinks and figure out exactly what we would like Celine to do so that when she arrives we can get the take as smooth as possible. It was a really special day for me, and I felt very privileged to witness that beautiful collaboration take place. For the Peppers Ghost, it was particularly challenging to get all the details right of where she should be looking, the angles of her head, and having that be translated into the theater to make sure that no matter where you sat, you would have the same effect. So we kind of coined that the Mona Lisa effect, so that, you know, when you look at Mona Lisa, no matter where you're looking, you can still feel like she's looking right at you.
Celine Dion has a great stage presence and takes a lot of space with her voice. But we still had to be conscious of not upstaging her and keeping the rhythm and the intensity of the images really just to fill in and augment that emotion and that feeling. So here we are in the Caesars Palace Coliseum in Las Vegas. It's time to bring all the elements together, and that's when we start seeing the stage come up, and that's when we start seeing some lightings And that's when we start seeing how all of our videos then integrate onto the stage. And there's a lot of tweaking and work to do. We must have had 10 to 15 people, depending on the time, for a 6-week period in Las Vegas, working 18-hour days in order to adapt and change and tweak and organize all of the content that we had created. So it's really important for us on a show of this scale to be able to have that flexibility on site. So these are the type of projectors that we're using for this production. I think these are 35,000 lumens, very good quality Christie projectors. It's a Canadian company. They're shooting from quite far away. They're like small ski-doos size. These are some of our screens that we have. They're transparency glass, so they actually can become opaque and transparent. This here is a huge LED screen that has been here since the first Celine production in Vegas. And it was, for sure, for a long time, the biggest. So we've been trying lots of stuff in the last week or so. It's really important in a show like this to create a lot of emotions, but also mostly bring Celine close to her audience. So it's her on stage, there's no dancers, with a huge orchestra, 35 people.
Everything's getting more and more intense, but we're loving it. Long hours, it's fine, as long as Celine is singing for us.
So Celine's return show to Vegas is very different. It's a huge production again, and a lot of little surprises that come here and there. I think overall it's a very intimate show, and I think that that's probably one of the reasons Celine likes it so much, and that's probably one of the reasons the fans like it so much. And we're very proud of that show also, so I'll be very curious to have your comments and for everyone to go and see it for themselves.
And now it's my pleasure to present to you the First Lady of the Coliseum, Celine Dion.